And let's head into the Zoom room now with your work week weather forecast. We are joined now from the National Weather Service with Brandon Idolette. Good morning, Brandon. Good morning.
Good morning. How's everybody doing? I think we now have our sound.
We're doing all right. Well, nice and sunny outside.
Yes, that's right. It's a big comparison, a big difference from last week where we had all these heavy, thick clouds, heavy rains across the area. We were issuing flood advisories. But this week is looking a lot quieter. We're back to a standard trade wind flow. And right now we only have a few showers and thunderstorms across the region. So let me switch my camera around and I'll just show you a little bit of what we're seeing on our computers here at the office. And right now, so where you see the greens and yellows, that's some heavier showers that are just kind of pushing through. Nothing substantial, but there are a couple indicators of lightning out to the east of the islands. And so that's going to be the thing that we'll be watching out for the next, at least through tonight, and then again later on in the week. And as we widen out to a satellite picture, not much to see across the Marianas. So here's the Marianas right here in the center of your screen, and just a broad trade wind flow out into the central Pacific. Now, to the northwest of Palau and Yap, we are watching a circulation that brought them quite a few heavier showers the past 2 to 3 days. And we've seen about anywhere from 3 to 6 inches of rain across portions of those areas. But that circulation is steadily moving off to the northwest, and we'll be seeing decreasing effects for Western Micronesia. However, farther to the east, we're looking at Majuro right here, and we have the international dateline. We're watching a couple of clusters of thunderstorms out in the far east on the other side of the dateline. And actually the Central Pacific Hurricane Center is watching one of these circulations. They've got a low probability of some development in the next 5 days. Now, we are watching the same computer models that they are. And so there looks to be a little bit of a chance for some slow development, at least in the coming days. But the system is generally expected to pass to the north of Majuro, to the north of the Marshall Islands, staying kind of in the broad open ocean between the Northern Marshalls and Wake Island. And then probably by middle of late this week, models don't do much with it. They ultimately kind of weaken it, bring it down into an open trough. But we're going to be watching that nonetheless, because anything that could bring a change in conditions, we are always going to be watching very closely. So with that said, let's switch over to the slides and let's talk about the week ahead for the Marianas. And let me switch, make sure I am watching what everybody is watching at home. Let me turn off this computer, or this light real quick. There we go. Reduce that glare. So for this week, headlines. We do have isolated showers and thunderstorms that we'll be keeping an eye out for the week. Nothing substantial as what we saw last week, where we saw heavy showers lasting for hours on end, but just more of a trade wind variety. These things will develop, move on, and then move out. We're looking at easterly trade winds throughout the week with benign seas and moderate surf along eastern reefs. So the big trends for this week is down, down, down. The seas will be coming down, the ocean swell will be coming down, and surf will be coming down. Across Micronesia, we are looking at that circulation well east of the Marshall Islands. On the other side of the dateline, we're going to be keeping a close track on that. And if anything does look to be threatening any of the islands in the Marshalls, we will definitely be bringing that into the front of our attention. And of course, that circulation to the northwest of Palau is steadily moving away. Currently, there are no watches, warnings, no advisories, nothing to be concerned about. And as we go to the next slide, to the big view, we're still watching several tropical cyclones up near Japan. We've been tracking the big monsoon trough for the past 3 weeks or so, 3 to 4 weeks now. And so I think probably Tropical Storm 13 and 14, Lupit and Mirene, they were around last Monday perhaps, or just developed after last Monday's broadcast. There is another NWS that we're watching. That was a tropical cyclone formation alert just yesterday, but it is now starting to weaken and not looking that impressive right now. So the Joint Typhoon Warning Center may eventually drop that one as any concern for development. But the big thing to keep in mind is this is all well to the northwest of the Marianas. Marianas is deep entrenched in the easterly trade wind flow. Now you see these little blue L's. These blue L's are indicative of upper level lows. And these upper level lows that will be passing across the area, they're situated around 30,000 feet, 30 to 35,000 feet. And they're providing a little bit of lift that could help trigger those thunderstorms that you will see in the forecast shortly. And we'll go to the next slide and kind of give you just a very basic course in tropical meteorology. This is a meteorology degree is about 4 years of college. And this is probably going to wrap up the first 2 years into one slide. Where you have, I'm kidding about that, but this is a very important notion. For thunderstorms to develop, you've got to have low-level air converging into a region. That convergent air will cause air to rise. You get cloud development, showers, and then thunderstorms. And then once you hit the top of the tropopause, that is the part of the atmosphere where all weather happens, it will spread out. That's the divergence. And once you get this type of motion, that is favorable for showers and thunderstorms. Now, we are not looking at any disturbances particular that will be causing showers and thunderstorms, but those upper level lows can help generate that uplift, and that's what we're seeing as a potential for the sparking of thunderstorms. So we're going to be watching that for the next couple of days. So again, we're looking at the isolated thunderstorms today and tonight, a little bit calmer tomorrow, and then back again on Wednesday as another upper level approaches the area. So let's go to the next slide. Let's look at the week ahead, all the weather forecast. And of course, you will note easterly winds across the entire week. We're going to be a little bit windier today with east winds of 15 to 20 miles per hour. There will be slacking off just a little bit to between 10 and 15 miles per hour tonight into midweek. And then by late week, Wednesday night into Thursday, those winds are going to come down even further. How are the sea conditions? Currently today, we're seeing combined seas of 3 to 5 feet with an east swell as the dominant swell of 3 to 4 feet. Those west-northwest swells that we saw from the monsoon last week, those have come down all week, and they've just pretty much disappeared. So if you're having any water activities on the west side of the islands, it's going to be fairly nice out there. East swell 3 to 4 feet with open water winds about 10 to 15 knots. And then as we head into Tuesday night and into late week, the trend will be down with winds, seas, and surf all falling. And then for the latest information on your surf, we have a minus tide, a low tide this afternoon, a little bit after 2 o'clock. And then the next high tide, 2.5 feet after 9 p.m. So that is about all I've got for you. We'll go to the last slide. So you can stay up to date with all of the latest forecasts. Find us at weather.gov/GUM, G-U-M, not Guam, G-U-M. So all the Weather Service offices have just 3-letter identifiers, and we have the G-U-M because we want you to stick with us. You can also find us on Facebook.com under NWS Guam. So as always, if you got any questions, feel free to send us a message on Facebook. We will be quick to respond to you, and we love to answer your questions. And with that, that's all I've got for you.
All right. Thank you so much, Brandon.
Thank you.
All
Have
right.
a great day.
You too. And we're going to keep our newscast going and head right back into the Zoom room where we are going to check in with the director of the Guam Behavioral Health and Wellness Center, Therese Areola. Good morning, Therese.
Sorry.
There you go. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. So much.